Dear students, welcome to another YouTube channel. So today we'll start new unit from part A, that is green skills 2. So what is green skills? So in this unit we are going to study about the meaning and definition of sustainable development. So before going to start this unit, so in the previous year in the ninth standard already you have learned green skills 1, right? So what is green skills? It's all about our environment, right? So how to that how we can protect our environment, how the man has been destruct the balance imbalancing the environment. So that regarding all these we discussed in the previous year. So this year from 10th standard again they have given green skills 2. So this is the continuation part of the previous one, right? So yes, let me start. So in this unit we are going to study about meaning and definition of sustainable development. So what is sustainable development and what is the definition? What are the different kinds of sustainable developments will come, that will go into study. Next we have importance of sustainable development, and next problems related to sustainable development, and last point we have solutions related to sustainable development. So yes, now we'll start. The first point, that is demonstrate the knowledge of importance, problems and solution related to sustainable development. So first of all we'll discuss what is sustainable development and what its meaning and its definition. The phrase sustainable development is made of two words. One is sustainable and another one is development. If you sustain something, you can continue to use it for maintain it for a longer period of time. So what actually the sustain? Sustain means nothing but saving or storing. Okay. So why we should store? Why we should save? Right? So maybe you heard that save, right? So in your that computer process, so you are going to save something, right? Suppose you have created on a Microsoft Word file or my Excel file. So when you have work on that particular kind of file, so at last you have to save that file. Okay. Why you are saving that file? For the future use, right? So in the future if you want to edit that particular file, or if you want to check whatever the data information you have stored in that particular file, so in order to do that one you need to save today, then only it will be available for next future. So in the same way sustainable development will be comes, right? So how we can sustain our resources, right? So in this mainly we have, that is if you sustain something you can continue to use it or maintain it for a longer period of time. Here the word sustainable is used to describe the use of natural resources. So what we have to save? We have to save natural resources. What we have to sustain? We have to sustain our natural resources. Why? For us and as well as for our next generation we have to sustain our natural resources. When this use is kept at a steady level, that is not likely to damage the environment. Sustainability can be defined as the practice of maintaining process of productivity indefinitely by replacing resources used with resources of equal or greater value without degrading or endangering natural biotic system. So sustainable development ties together concern for the carrying capacity of natural system with the social, political and economical challenges faced by the humanity, right? So nowadays you all observe that how much of environment has been imbalanced due to the so many processes done by the mankind, right? We humans, because of our need, we are destructing our surrounding, we are destructing our, we are spoiling our environment, right? So in order to, if it is continues for another that hundreds or 50 years of that time, then definitely the natural resources will be can't exist. When we don't have a natural resources, the next generation, how they can survive in the world? right? So that we have a question mark. So our forefathers, they have given an opportunity to use the resources, natural resources. Why? Because our forefathers, they have take care about the surrounding, about the environment as well. So due to them, today we are surviving, right? So in the same manner, for our next generation and for us nowadays, right? So for the two these two point, we need to sustain our environment, we need to sustain our natural resources. Next, sustainable development is the organizing principle for meeting human development goals, while at the same time sustaining the ability of natural resources. Sustaining the ability of natural resource system to provide the natural resources and ecosystems, service upon which the economy and society depend. The desired result is a state of society where living condition and the use of resources continue to meet human need without undermining the integrity and stability of the natural system. So in the means, so when we have the balanced environment, that will be directly affect to the humans, right? So due to, nowadays you may observe that the different viruses will come, like coronavirus, right? So how the whole world has that get the problem because of that particular virus, right? So that's why for our future, for our next generation, we need to sustain, we need to maintain a good environment, right? We have to provide a healthy environment for our next generation, right? So in order to do that, we need to, that take care about our environment as well. So and along with that, we need to sustain the natural resources, right? Next, broadly speaking, sustainable development is a systematic approach to growth and development and to manage natural, produced, and social capital for the welfare of their own and future generation. So the same thing what we discussed, right? So sustainable development is have a straightforward approach of, that is, to maintain or to develop, to manage our natural produced and social capital for our welfare and as well as for the our future generations. Sustainable development has its roots in idea about sustainable forest management, which were developed in Europe during the 17th and 18th century. The idea of sustainable development gained wide acceptance due to environmental concern in the 20th century. The first sustainable development program has been come to exist during the 17th and 18th century in Europe, right? So based on that, that today's in the 20th century, it has been widely accepted by the all the countries of the world, right? Each and every country has taken a more concentrate on the point, that is sustainable development. The concept of sustainable development was popularized in 1987 by the United Nations World Commission on Environmental and Development. In its report named Our Common Future, also called Brundtland Report, it defined sustainable development as development that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their needs. Right? The point is development that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their needs, right? So it means, we have to sustain the natural resources and sustain our environment or surrounding development the meet and the needs of the present, right? So without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their needs. The point is very simple: how much you want, that much of natural resource you can use, right? The point is very simple, that is, suppose, uh, just imagine, suppose, if you are earning a money, right? So how much of money you need for your family, that much you can earn. Don't think that in the next generation, right? So your third or fourth generation, up to that, you, if you are earning the money, then definitely you will lose something. The same point here he has pointed out at, that is the development of yours, how much you need, that much of resources you can take use of by the nature. So how much you need, that much you can use, right? You can produce it. Don't compromise with the next generation, right? So don't imagine that yes, the next generation also need these resources, we have to be producer. So don't think that much, right? So you can let it, how much you want you can take it, right, in a particular manner, object, particular process and particular manner. Don't compromise with the next generation. The next generation will take their own resources and they will develop, right? So right now, how much you need, that much only you can take it from the nature or resources, you can use it. Don't think that our future generation also want these resources, that we have to left them. They can produce their requirement based on the resources available in the environment, right? So suppose if you have used all the natural resources from in your generation, then what about the next generation? How they can get the natural resources? It may be the population will be increasing very high, so then to survive it's very difficult, right, without a natural resource. So next he has given without stripping the natural world of the resource, future generation would need the definition of sustainable development, which is most widely accepted now, contains two key concepts. One is the concept of needs, in particular, the essential need of the world's poor, which should be given topmost priority. And second one is the concept of limitations imposed by the state of technology and social organization on the environment's ability to meet present and future needs. So on these 2 points, uh, you know, the what organization has been taken some mm, has made some the principles, right? So here one is going, we have not inherited the earth from our forefathers, we have borrowed from our children, we have borrowed it from our children, has said by, it's said by Lester Brown. So what he has given, we have not inherited the earth from our forefathers, we have borrowed it from our children, right? So think that we are not getting earth, the earth has not been inherited by our forefathers. Don't think like that, you can think it, we have to give the earth to our children. Just imagine, right? Okay. So if you have concern about your children, if you have a that soft corner of your next generation, then definitely you will give a good earth to their hand, right? So this is what he has explained. In the next class we'll start importance of sustainable development. Okay, importance of sustainable development, and then we'll go for problems related to sustainable development. Okay, thank you.